What is the testing that is accurate for law enforcement? You were talking about the law enforcement testing, and that's inaccurate. And is there another test that is actually accurate?
Actually, the national standard of testing all of these products is called high-pressure liquid chromatography, in which like liquid nitrogen or a cold-based solvent will be used to separate the cannabinoid profiles of the plant. And every cannabis company across the United States uses DEA-accredited labs, including myself. And we do all of this testing, and they use this type of testing to do all of the products that are posted on all these packages. Law enforcement, according to the State Forensic Crime Commission, is using an antiquated form of testing that uses heat to heat these products up and converts all of the cannabinoids into the illegal one. So it is not possible to be in possession of any legal cannabis by the way that law enforcement is testing these products and presenting it to you like that's normal when it's not. No one in this industry tests the products the way law enforcement is, other than law enforcement to guarantee guilt. That's what I'm trying to explain, is you can't test using heat on an acidic product and it not convert into another one. Also, a lot of these products are available naturally. Like, you don't have to do synthesis to get all this. Like, my company is 100% natural. My technology, I separate the THC that's naturally in the hemp plant from the waste byproduct of the isolate manufacturing process. So there's a little amount of THC in these hemp fields, but a hemp field compared to a marijuana field is not comparable, because the size of a marijuana field is roughly 2 acres. The size of a general hemp field is hundreds to thousands of acres. So that 0.3%, that 3 milligrams per gram, when you're actually looking at it based on scale, the quantifiable mathematics are not even comparable. There is tons more THC in hemp than there ever will be in marijuana, based on the way that you grow it and the quantity in which you grow your fields. And part of why this is not going to be enforceable if you put a ban is that when you make CBD to where it has 0 THC in it, you're going to have to make it an isolate, which means that I have to grow CBD in a field that is impossible to not have any quantifiable amount of THC. That's not possible. How for me to get to 0% THC would be to process that flower into a distillate, which would be an oil, and then I would have to crash that oil out 3 times in ethanol and concentrate that oil into a crystallized form where it can become a crystal. When I crash out the CBD, I can't not crash out the THC. So in order to make isolate, you have to make quantifications of THC that exceed well over 0.3% in the byproduct of that isolate manufacturing process. And that's how I get my THC. I committed one of the greatest upcycles in human history. I took all the waste byproducts and I recycled them into natural 100% full spec products. There is a way to do this that you could cut out synthetics. It won't bother me. I've never sold one. I won't.
Okay, so that's what was my next question. So you're all right with, you'd be all right with banning synthetics? How about the converted?
Yeah, 100%. None of my products are converted because I don't think that there is, I don't call them synthetic. They are converted from natural plant-based products, okay? But those are derived in a way in which, to me, is, I can't do it. I'm a transplant patient. I did this for myself, not for money. I wanted to be able to take medicine, you guys. Like, I take 30 pills a day just to stay alive. If I eat synthetic cannabinoids, if I eat bad medicine, anything of pesticides, I will die. Like, that's just the reality of it. I am the person that you're supposed to be protecting, and I'm the first person to market with these products. I did this the most responsibly. I've never sold a synthetic product. No one under 21's ever gotten my products, and I designed this to be compliant with international law. Like, that's the glory of this. You guys are about to prop up a state-funded narcotics monopoly that is going to sell Schedule I narcotics that they will have to operate in all cash when I've put $30 million in the bank and I get to pay taxes on it, and it's totally legal, and I get to reinvest that into the stock market and live the American dream. I've accomplished my goals, and it's trying to be ripped from me and stolen from me and given to people who are misrepresenting facts to steal our business. This is a hijack of a business. THC is legal. It's legal. You guys, cannabis is legal. I'm not going to pretend that hemp and marijuana are different. I can grow marijuana to where it legally comes out as hemp every single time. I understand the biology of the plant and how to feed the plant to make it never have any D9 in it. And I can still grow 27% THCA cannabis that will convert into high THC, but under federal law, that's not illegal right now. Otherwise, all these people would be, their assets seized by the DEA, everybody would be facing massive charges, and that can't happen because these are backed by the supreme law of the land. That's what the Controlled Substances Act is. That's what gave you the authority to lock up millions of people over the last 30 years. Now you need to take that same authority and apply it to us and protect us, because under the same authority you arrested everyone, I've now created a solution that's legal in which you can't. I didn't do this to be bad. I did this to help humanity and my fellow Texans. Lots of people use THC. It's not bad. Cannabis is not bad. Marijuana is simply the black law definition of cannabis. Hemp is a black law definition of cannabis. That cannabis is the noun. Marijuana is the adverb of cannabis that describes illegal cannabis. Hemp is the adverb of cannabis that describes legal cannabis. Cannabis is legal on an international scale, and this committee needs to recognize that and not get hoodwinked by these large, massive corporations that represent marijuana companies who want to come in and we've only captured 15% of the market, and it's $10 billion. You guys, this is a $60 billion a year industry in 5 years of capture. This is huge for us. If we embrace this and act like adults and stop lying to each other and actually deal with reality and the reality that 5 years later we've built these amazing businesses.
Thank you for your answer.